Okay, Coach, it is most likely the final go-around here in this building, but the NFL playoffs have come to sold-out Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. Straight ahead, we punch the second of 2 tickets to the AFC title game, and we've got a great one in store between the Cleveland Browns and the Los Angeles Chargers. For a berth in the AFC Championship game, off we go in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go. Touchdown. Let's go. Watch twist. Watch twist.
Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. He'll have a first down past the 40 and all the way up to the 46. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him, but don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
And nobody leaked. Big play. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. He'll get 3 up to midfield.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Load it. Hey, load it. Pick it up. Load it.
Rivers going to turn and give this one to his running back, Gordon. The stop was made by Jannard Avery.
Get up 180. 190. Hey, Rocket. 0. Blue draw quarter. Hey, orbit. Hey, I'm going to go load it. Load it. Mike, 53. 53. Mike. Pick me up. Here we go.
3rd and short yardage. Rivers. It's complete to Grant. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 3 yards on 1st, 4 on 2nd, and now 5 on 3rd down. Move the sticks.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
1 sec. 53. Check 53. Watch the slack. Watch the slack. Watch the slack.
Now Gordon on 1st down. Able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. From the pistol, they run with Gordon. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down.
Rush in. Hey, Delta! Kill! Watch out.
And that'll set him back 5. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
Red! Red! Hey, Haywood!
58, right over there, right over there. Yeah, yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
Here we go.
Shoot! Say.
To throw, Rivers. And able to find Green. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 27-yard line.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in this paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker, can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone?
It's our time.
Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
That's all right. Black 15!
Number 53, Mike, 53. Yeah.
On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Ready, 380!
Mike. Let's go, D. Tighten up. Let's go.
They go back to Gordon here on first down. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
It's a party now. It's a party now. He's coming. We got double up.
To throw is Rivers. He'll get this to Eckler. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
How about this opening drive? Play number 12 now. This is 3rd down.
Under 10.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. How about this opening drive? Play number 12 now. This is 3rd down. Rivers to throw this time. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Larry Ogunjobi in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. Bailey's kick is good. Every possession in the postseason magnified. And look, it's just the opening drive. They didn't get the touchdown they wanted, but at least they got on the board.
They got on the board. They've got their home crowd into it as well. And remember, in the playoffs, the game slows down a little bit. So every point is precious.
At their own 25-yard line.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Let's put that team on the clock.
Mayfield looks to throw. He gets this one to Garcon. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
At the 32-yard line.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Watch the slant, watch the slant. Watch the slant, watch the slant. 36, 36.
Here's Mayfield. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion.
And 3 yards to go.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
57's the mic. Rock 57. Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go.
To throw, Mayfield. He finds Beckham complete. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a 1st down as well.
A gain of 4 yards. 1st down, Browns.
The start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. The start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And again, it's Mayfield. He'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
He's crashing.
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he's taken down inside the 30. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland 1st down.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Mike. 20. Mike. Here we go.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. To the right side, and he's got Landry complete. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Is that not the very definition of a tough yard gain?
Now, is that one where as the receiver you go to your quarterback and say, why'd you even throw that?
Yeah, I think you do, and I think you wonder what type of a route are you going to send me on that only 1 yard's going to be the result? If I'm going to go in there and take contact, let's go and get something out of it, not just 1 yard.
Regular.
On 2nd and 9, Mayfield under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case...
Njoku pulls this one in. He's got it for a Cleveland touchdown. David Njoku, 37 yards, and the Browns have taken the lead. Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal. And I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
And maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Hey, I'm coming.
Now Rivers gets it to Gordon. And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30.
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. All day, baby. All day.
Wait!
Check 37.
Rivers from the gun on 3rd down. Escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Call it an even 40-yard punt, 7 though on the return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
53's the Mike. 53. Check 53. What we got? I got it.
Mayfield. Flush to his right. Oh, nearly picked. Almost intercepted, but he couldn't hang on, and it's 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
53's the Mike. 53's the Mike. Not today, you are. Not today.
From the gun, Mayfield. And he's got his man. That's Landry. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a 1st down.
A gain of 15. 1st down, Browns.
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Bring it. Pistol. Shoot. Mike, 53. Mike.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. It's caught inside the 25. Jarvis Landry. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Jarvis Landry, 52 yards. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly.
Hey, team 6. Team 6.
Rivers now to throw on first down. He's going to look deep down the field. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The intended receiver was Jakeem Grant. But it's going to be second down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Quick the edge. Come. Switch. Check the backer.
Cluster.
Check 25. You go tight. You got
Hey.
Check 31.
Now Rivers going to give it off to Gordon. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Orange. Hey, Zoo.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Hey, watch the slant.
Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. On third down, Rivers. And he's taken down. This will be a Browns sack. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Here now, Johnny Townsend, standing right on his own 5-yard line. So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. Now, right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits, and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And he's got the hook up to Landry. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Trying to lay one up deep. Oh, he may have gotten lucky. Tried to dump it off underneath on the check down. Nearly picked. Instead, it's incomplete.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
Number 53, Mike 53.
They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. The tackle made by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. Earlier this half, you were wondering how the defense was going to handle him defensively. Were they going to bottle him up at different levels, so to speak, is what you said. What have you seen so far?
Well, I think they've been absolutely terrific because it feels like on every play, if we were watching this in the film room, when you clicked off the film or stopped it, you would see 11 shirts of that same color right there in the frame trying to tackle him. That's what you're looking for.
53, check 53. Check pass, check pass.
Bravo.
Check 53's Mike. Check.
2nd and 5 now. Rivers going for the deep ball. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Touchdown, defense. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping.
From the gun on 3rd down, Rivers. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Browns drive about to get started. Time remaining for likely one final play. You're on your side of the field, but, heck, maybe you throw one up 50-plus yards, see what happens.
Don't forget that taking the knee is the right play to make because you just get out of there, you regroup, you start over. But if you're going to take the shot, you do have a chance of either making the play happen or picking up a deep pass interference call. And remember, it's the NFL. You get yardage. It's not just a 15-yard play. You could have something big here. Let's see if they take the shot.
Seibert's kick is good. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Browns drive about to get started. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spend the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him up to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Hey, alert, 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 alert.
Throwing, Mayfield. He gets it complete to Harris. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
180.
We got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
Alert, 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 alert.
Mike, 53. 53, Mike.
Mayfield on 3rd and 2. He's going to air one out. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll punt it away for the second time. Now Benjamin. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes the better punter may actually determine the outcome.
And now the Browns are going to take another timeout. And that's going to leave them with just 1 timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back.
Round 80.
Mike, 58, right there. Watch the run.
Left.
They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a 3rd down and 6 to go. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Able to get this to Gordon. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Throwing, Rivers. And this is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position.
Check. 180.
Check. 53, Mike. Rip right. Switch. Hey, alert 3.
Hey, alert 33.
A first down throw from Mayfield. He's got a man wide open. It's Landry. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
And the Browns first down.
Mayfield now 13 out of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a first down. It's caught by Garcon. The ball comes out and picked up by the Chargers.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
The Charger drive about to get going. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Red Delta!
Throwing Rivers. Eluding the pressure right. And here he's got Grant. Oh, he slipped right by him. There he goes right side. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Jakeem Grant, 60 yards, as his guys are back within a single score. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
The Browns drive about to get started. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive.
At the 32-yard line.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Mayfield down. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. That's Deron Payne with a sack that time.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Third down, Mayfield. And the pressure gets to him again.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
The Charger drive about to get going. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
They'll keep it on the ground. This time it's Gordon. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Clock 11!
Hey, watch the ball, watch the ball.
Buffalo wall. Hey, I'm going to go load it. Load it.
Let's go.
Hey,
Rivers to throw it. And that will be incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Watch the twist, watch the twist.
Mayfield to throw it. It's caught. Beckham. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Mayfield able to get this one to his tight end, Njoku. Just to pick up a 3, but that is indeed enough.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Mayfield now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Going to the air again with Mayfield. Drops it off for Chubb. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 38-yard line.
Back now at Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. It's the Browns football, and they've got the lead here as we start quarter number 4. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Mayfield with it once more. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. And again, it's Mayfield. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Desmond King picks it. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
The Charger drive about to get going. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep...
And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. The #1 pick, Myles Garrett, coming in to drop him.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
Check. Alert 3. Hey, Echo.
Now Rivers. Flushed out right. And his throw's going to be incomplete. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Check 9. Hey. Q. Hey,
Rivers now. Complete. Hunter Henry with a grab. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of the first as that leads to 4th down. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
The Chargers go here. It's Rivers. He's got his man here. It's Green. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Give them 12 yards there, and the Chargers have a 1st down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 45-yard line.
Check 24.
Running on 1st down, Eckler. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Now on 2nd and 13, Taylor. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they held him in check on the scoreboard. He's going to look for Allen now on the deep ball. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Demarius Randall that time there to knock it free.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Looks like the offense is going to take another shot here. They're going on 4th and 13. Now Rivers on 4th down. He sets to fire deep. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets them to 2nd and 4. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. This is Gordon as they go to him again. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty, 1st and goal. And no signal, but I don't think he got the surge behind center. No, he's going to be kept out of the end zone. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. Rivers going to try and sneak it. And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1. Officially no gain on the sneak. Kind of a wasted play there, and now it's 3rd down. How about this Browns defense? They've held so far. This is now 3rd and goal. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Tyrod Taylor keeping it himself from a yard out as they can now even this game here in the fourth quarter with the extra point. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the fourth. – 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. The interception on the last drive proved costly, led to the tying score, so 17 all as they come up on a 1st down.
Exit. 57's the mic. Watch 57. Get that quarterback, D-line. My son.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, 73 yards. And they're able to break the tie and move out in front here in this fourth quarter. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Give them 15 yards on that one and a Charger 1st down.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Alpha!
Check safety.
Working out of the gun, Rivers. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Olivier Vernon in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. To try again after the sack. Rivers. And incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
The Chargers on third down. They've had a lot of chances, but not much success, converting only 3 times. This will be 3rd and 15. Back to throw. He'll get this to Eckler. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. Game on the line, season on the line. They're going for it here on 4th down. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down.
Hey, I'm going to go load it. Load it. Hey, Rocket.
Rivers to throw for it on 4th. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And as a result, their playoff run may end right here. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And he'll take this forward for 2, maybe 3. But we do have a flag down, and they're already marching backward. Following the penalty, Chubb trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. 2nd and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
Alert, 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 alert.
That's a what?
What's that?
Mayfield now from the 50. Forced out to his left. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
They're not ready for this. They still play.
And the blitz does come. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. David Njoku, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point by Seibert up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Play fake to Gordon. Now Rivers. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. He may try and run for this. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. The keeper there turning into a big play of 23 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Second 90, black 15.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Tight right, tight right. 3 down, 3 down. Whip, 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 whip. Watch the whip. Kill.
A 1st down throw here for Rivers. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
190. Hey, 79. 79.
We got to step it up. 58's the money. 58's the money. We got nothing.
They go play action. Rivers. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Rivers incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10.
Wait, 89.
To throw again. Rivers. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Myles Garrett in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. To throw is Rivers. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Demarius Randall. The Browns drive about to get started, and they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. And they're moving on to the conference championship. How about this?
What a tremendous feeling to get to the game that can get you to the Super Bowl. A fantastic season. Unfortunately, for the other team, a tough, tough way for it to end.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. From Southern California, so long, everybody.